Hello everyone, welcome to the BeatStars Academy show. My name is Lee, aka LeviiBeats, and today is Monday, June the 29th. Welcome to the BeatStars Academy show. Before we get started today, we have a couple of announcements to make. One you may already be aware of, which was announced yesterday with Abe, Dame and DJ Pain 1. So after today's show, we have the MEC, so the Music Entrepreneur Club, have joined forces with BeatStars, and now they're going to be giving away their shows for free via BeatStars Live. So make sure you stick around for that one today. That's going to be super exciting. Dame Ritter's hosting the show today, and he's got a special guest. Also, another announcement is the BeatStars Academy show is going to be moving to a Wednesday as of next week. So I just wanted to give you guys and girls enough heads up so you can make sure that you can tune in next week with us on Wednesday. So, and also the time has changed. What's up, Russia? Welcome. So the time has changed, so it's going to be from Wednesdays from now on. It's still going to be myself, which will be on a Wednesday, every Wednesday, and it's going to be at 3 p.m. EST. So make sure you tune in, make sure you get your notepads ready on a Wednesday instead of a Monday. So, and with that being said, what we are doing today is we are going to go through some setups with discount codes. We're going to go through some preferences on the preferences section. Let me just double check what else we've got going on. We're going to go through some discounts. We're going to go through some preferences, the preferences section on the BeatStars platform, and we're also going to go through setting up your payments, making sure that you've got your Stripe and your BeatStars account connected correctly. Make sure that's all good. We're going to briefly go over the dashboard, and then towards the end of the show we're going to review a couple of pro pages, maybe about 2 or 3 depending on how much time we've got. Today's show should be kind of straightforward. So yeah, we're going to go through some discounts. So any new members that has joined it, any new people that is in the chat, this is the BeatStars Academy show. I'm seeing some regular faces here, which is always quite good to see. So this is the BeatStars Academy show. So every week we're going to go through some just setups on the platform and just take you through getting started, making sure that you are, on the right path to getting to where you want to be as a music entrepreneur using the BeatStars platform. So with that being said, let's get to it. So let me share my screen. And as usual, we're going to be just going through the dashboard, and we're just going to take you through that and just show you a few cool little features on there. Welcome JB, Baby Beats, that's great to see you. Yeah, good to see some new faces in here. This is the dashboard. If you have any questions at all, make sure you put them in the chat. I'll try to answer them as I go along. If I've got some time, I will answer some questions at the end, but I'm going to do my best to try and answer them as we go along. So make sure you put them in the chat, and Buffo, make sure you hit me up if there's any comments in there, and do your thing as you normally do, which is cool. So let's get to it. So this is the dashboard. So this is when you first log in, for any new users or existing users, this is where you come to. So this is kind of the first page you see. And the dashboard is kind of what it says on the tin. It's kind of where, kind of the main hub, and you can get to everything that you need to from this part, from this section. Just go through a couple of bits on here. I won't go over it for too long because we go over this every week, but just to give you a few pointers and stuff like that. So this is kind of your quick stats, kind of gives you your, kind of a quick access to your stats, what's currently going on within your account stats wise, all your data. It's kind of straightforward, tells you what it says there, what's going on. You can also filter this kind of stuff out as well, which is really cool. This is something that I use regularly, so it's kind of handy to have it there, kind of in your face as soon as you log in. It's some good information to start off with. You can get access to the full stats if you wish to. You just click that tab up there. Then this is kind of the main section of the dashboard. This is where this is kind of left for the BeatStars internal kind of stuff. So this is kind of where we can announce certain new products that we may be releasing, or you know, any new kind of opportunities, anything that's kind of going on within the community at the time. As you can see at the moment, we've got Join the Fight for Racial Equality. That kind of stuff you can find out on the BeatStars.world website too. You can find a bit more information about that. And then there's just some cool like, little widgets, if you like, where you can kind of gain quick access to certain parts of your account. So it's kind of straightforward. You know, this is recent messages. You can get yourself set up on certain parts here. All of this stuff is kind of customizable. You can move them around and do all sorts of stuff. These will be your recent notifications, which is kind of good. Some opportunities. So every now and again, well, actually currently every week, we're running new opportunities. So you know, make sure you check those out. Some blog posts. This is directly from BeatStars. You can kind of create some new content from here. So create a track, create an album, create a service, create a sound kit. And then you've got a section here where you can learn, which is kind of what we're doing today, right? But if you especially for new users that you know want to go through some of the tutorials that we have, you know, some of them are really amazing. Our team spent a lot of time working on those, so definitely make sure you check those out. It's very straightforward. Some really cool tutorials. Personally, myself as well, I still use them even though I work for BeatStars, but I'm also, you know, a producer myself, so you know, there's always new kind of cool things that's going on in there, so make sure you check those out for sure. And then my favorite part, which is the latest sales. This is really cool because it brings up all your latest sales. It's kind of, you can scroll through and it's, I think actually it pretty much brings up all of your sales there. For some reason, I generally always move that to the top, but I think it's something to do with my browser with the cache. It kind of still ends up at the bottom for some reason, but yeah, so this is kind of where you can get to your latest sales and see all of that information, which is really good. You can delve right into the actual sale there. If you click on the information, the I button, which is the information, takes you kind of into the receipt, and you can also message them, email them directly from this button, which I think is a crazy feature. What that will do is that will open up your email kind of app on your desktop or laptop device, or even on your phone too. If you're kind of accessing the main platform on your phone, that will open up your mail app, email app, and it's kind of got everything in there. All you need to do is kind of got all your customer information in there. All you need to do is basically send them an email. So the kind of cool thing about that is, you know, you can kind of thank people for making, you know, buying from your store. You can also send them a discount code if you wish to, something that I do personally myself. What's up, Angel Ray? Welcome to the BeatStars Academy show once again. Great to see you. So yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of benefits of what you can use that for, you know, for emailing your clients and customers and stuff like that. So it's really cool. It's directly straight from your sales, which is really good. So yeah, basically that's kind of the overview of the dashboard. You know, make sure you go and check that out for sure. I'll just quickly show you how you can customize them. It's kind of straightforward again, just drag and drop. I'll just move that one for now. Boom, job done. Actually, that did not move for some reason. Excuse me. As you can see there, that's moved now, right? Tell you how to sell a beat. I wish I could tell you how to sell a beat. Unfortunately, it's not the same for everyone, but hopefully by watching these shows, you will learn some stuff that might help you kind of grow and move forward into making sales. But definitely, you know, make sure you tune into these shows for sure for that kind of information. So I'm just checking the chat here to make sure there's no questions. So if anyone's got any questions about that dashboard, you know, make sure you hit me up. But definitely go in, dive in, check that out, and just have a muck around with it and just, you know, figure out what kind of things are going to be beneficial to you. So with that being said, let's jump into some selling preferences and payment accounts. So we'll go into, so this is your My Media section. So this is kind of your other than the dashboard, this is kind of your second hub, right? This is where you're going to find your content. You can, get direct access for your dashboard here if you're, kind of on a different section of your account, and just some other really cool stuff that's going on in here. Each week we're going to try and go through some of these and just run through them, get you set up, and and just get you moving forward and get you going. So today we're going to concentrate on a couple of setups in here, and we're also going to go to the discounts. So first off, let's start with the selling preferences. Excuse me. So the first part you'll come to is your voice tags. So this is where you can upload your own voice tag. There's some tutorial videos on that if you go into the help section, and that little tutorial section on the dashboard as well can kind of show you how to do that. That's kind of the first thing that you will come to. It gives you a brief description of what's going on here, which is kind of good. It tells you the duration, when it starts to play, and all that kind of stuff. So this is where you basically will add your own personalized custom voice tag. As you can see, I've got mine uploaded here. If you don't have one uploaded here and you're a new user, we will automatically embed the BeatStars one. So you'll hear it say BeatStars.com or something like that. I think it is BeatStars.com. So yep, so this is your voice tag part. Now this is your default metadata. Now last week, I think it was last week, we went briefly over setting up tracks and albums. This is kind of where you can set up like default metadata. So kind of the cool thing about this section is that if you're kind of uploading bulk all the time, and your tracks are in the same genre, you want to keep the description the same on each track, all of your tracks are kind of within the same moods and stuff like that, this is where this will come in handy. I've just got some, a couple of bits set up here that I use, but my tracks, if you're kind of a producer like myself, your tracks are kind of a bit mixed. So you've got kind of all sorts of stuff going on, all sorts of different genres. But if you're just uploading hip hop beats, or if you're just uploading R&B beats, this is where this is going to be really helpful to you, a helpful tool. So firstly, you're going to have release tracks after upload. So I always have mine set up as immediately. You can also set up future release dates, within the track editing page. You can go back and watch last week's video where we go over that, because all these videos that we're streaming, all these live streaming videos, you can go back and watch them again on Twitch, on our Twitch channel, and even YouTube actually as well now. So yeah, so this is kind of straightforward. You have a few different options there. If you want to change that, that's entirely up to you. I always leave it immediately, and I think probably the majority of producers on our platform will kind of, will kind of have it set as immediately too. I also have a description in there that I use for every track. At one point, I kind of made up a description for each track, but now I've decided to use this to kind of promote a discount code, which is kind of a cool feature to do and try. I've had some success doing that, so give it a try. This is where you can kind of set your primary genres. I've always got mine to set at R&B. Again, you can kind of change this stuff within the track editing page, but as I said, if you've got if you're bulk uploading a load of tracks, it's all the same kind of stuff, then this is where you can kind of do that. And all this stuff is quite straightforward. It's all like drop down boxes, and you can just kind of choose what you want. This is kind of the most important part of this page, which is the publishing information. So this is the information that will appear on any licenses that you sell, okay? So any licenses that your clients receive, this is where, this is the information that gets inputted on there. So it's kind of how people can find you. This kind of gets into when you can't kind of start registering any songs that have been released with the artists that you've worked with. So they've got that information now, and they can kind of go and search for you. So as you can see, I've got my name in there, and then I've got my rights organisation. So that's your PRO. So I'm with PRS. That's anyone that's in the States. It's going to be like ASCAP, BMI. I think they're the only two in the States, I think. And then, wherever else you are in the country, you'll know your local PRO. So that's kind of your default metadata for your general information on your tracks and your publishing information. Let's jump to the next one, which is default preferences for your beats. So this is kind of where your pricing layout is now. Most of the time your pricing layout is going to be linked with your licenses. So you can either add it in here, or you can use your licenses and select apply to all tracks, and that will apply to all tracks. I have this information set up, but I don't necessarily go in and change this that often. Enable make offers only for exclusives, that should actually be checked. Free download options, so this is where your clients or potential clients can download your beats, your content for free. So this is where you can kind of set this up as a default preference. So this is not actually official, this is just the default preferences. So this is what's going to pop up every time you try go ahead and create a beat and upload a beat, and you go in and edit that the metadata stuff that's within that track editing page, right? So I have mine set up with yes with voice tag, and then I have it set up as capture email only. Obviously you can see there's a few different options here. Yes with yes untagged. I would always suggest going with yes with voice tag, and then you've got the option to allow anonymous guest downloads. So that basically means that anyone can go to your account, your feed, and download any tracks that you have available for free download, without actually them giving you their email or following you on social media. So that's basically what that option is. Some people like to do that, some people just like to have all their beats out there. Personally myself, I like to capture an email because I can do some stuff with that in the future, future promotions and stuff like that. I used to have social follow, but then I changed my mind and decided that capture email only was going to be best suited for me. So yeah, so that's kind of the default preferences set up for beats, and you can also do the same for songs. So if you're uploading songs, you can kind of do the same thing. There's not as much information to fill out here. You can set some like default. I don't actually have any songs uploaded, so this is not really worthwhile for me, but you can kind of do the same thing in here. Basically the same as what it says in Beats too. So yeah, so that's kind of like that first part. This is one of the first things I would do if you're a new user. It's kind of one of the first things I would do and set up, other than adding your payment accounts, which is what we're going to do so in a second. But I would definitely make sure that you kind of go in and fill all this information out wherever it's needed. This one is specifically this publishing information. So that's kind of that section we've done. We've gone through the selling preferences. So now let's head to payment accounts. So this is where you are going to add your payment accounts for you to get paid for any sales that you make. So obviously without adding any of this stuff in here, this information in here, you are not going to get paid for any sales you make basically. And I believe actually you need to actually enter this information even before you can upload content. It won't actually allow you to do so. So this is where you can add PayPal and Stripe. So these are the only two integrations that we offer at this present time. I believe we are looking to add some more in the future, and we do hope so, but these are the ones that currently work really well with our platform for various reasons. So the first one you've got is PayPal and Stripe. I see some people that generally just use PayPal, which is kind of, which is cool. It's really good. Sometimes Stripe may not be necessarily available in your location, but if you have access to Stripe and you can use Stripe, I would definitely suggest connecting Stripe. Me as a producer myself, I've made a few sales through Stripe, just because some people prefer to use a credit card and that kind of stuff and just prefer using Stripe. Don't ask me why, but sometimes they do. It just gives them another option. And then obviously your PayPal. So what you would do to connect your PayPal account, so this would generally be empty, of course. and then here it would say connect PayPal. So I already have a PayPal account connected, so I don't want to disconnect it just in case I mess up my sales. Knowing my luck, I'll get one through this live stream and then I've kind of, you know, cocked it all up and, you know, I've lost the sale. But anyway, so what you would do is you would put your email address in there, click save, and then click connect. Then I think it goes through a process of you know, signing into your PayPal account and setting it all up, making sure that you've got preferred payment method set up and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what will happen there. Just go back. Now, for anyone that's in the chat that, you know, we sometimes, you know, being from a customer support side, you know, we get some people reaching out and saying, I want to change my PayPal account that's linked to my account. How do I do that? So this is where you would do that. Now, I just want to point out something here, because this could cause some real big issues if this is not done correctly. So what you have to do if you are going to change the PayPal account, or even for new users, if you realize you've connected the wrong one, you're like, damn, I've connected the wrong one, like you've connected your mum's account or your dad's account or something like that, and you need to go back and change it. What you need to do is you need to make sure that you click the disconnect button first. You can't just go ahead and put your new account in and then click save. That will not work. What will happen is, yeah, that will register with your account and it will show on our system that this account is now the new account. But what will actually happen is your sales will still go to your old PayPal account. So whichever PayPal account you had originally connected. So make sure before you kind of put anything in this box and click save, make sure you disconnect it first. And then that will kind of save any issues going forward. So make sure you do that first. And the same kind of thing with Stripe, except you haven't got a box to actually put anything in there, right? So this is where, again, this is where you will set up your payment sections. This is where you get paid. So make sure, this is kind of the first thing that everyone wants to do to make sure that any sales that come in, you're going to get your money. So make sure that you connect these accounts up first. So kind of in route of order, I would probably set this one up first and then go through the selling preferences one, which we went through earlier. So yeah, so that's those two sections done. And now we're going to go through a bit of an exciting part, which is setting up discount codes. So I have some set up already. So this is where you will set up your bulk discounts, and you will also set up your coupon codes. Okay, so your bulk discounts is where you can get your buy one get one threes, buy two get two threes, buy three get three threes, and so on. So let's create a new one to start off with today. So as you go in there, so let me just go back actually, let me just cancel it. I'm just going to go back and show you guys how to, guys and girls, how to get to this section. So yet again, it's through My Media. In your distribution and services section, you go down to discounts. Just wanted to make sure that people saw that, just in case I went too fast. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a quick drink. I'm actually drinking 4 litres of fluid a day at the moment. I'm on kind of a diet, so it's kind of tough. But we should be drinking at least 2 litres of water every day to keep our brains going. So yeah, so we're in the bulk discount section. Sorry for going off a bit there. So we're in the bulk discount section and the coupon code section. So let's create a new one. So you basically click on here. So for any new users that haven't set these up yet, basically that will be blank. So there'll be nothing there. So these have already been set up by myself. These have not been pre-made by BeatStars. These have been set up by myself. So I click create bulk discount, and then this is where you can kind of create them. So here you would just basically stick in the numbers. So if I wanted to do a, I don't know, let's just go kind of a bit crazy here, because I know some of these producers are doing this right now. Let's go for 1. So this means that they can buy 1 track. So this is the minimum amount of tracks they need in the cart before they can get access to this bulk discount. And then I'm going to go for 9. So they're basically now getting 10 tracks for the price of 1. Okay? So thank you, I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys, totally. So yeah, so we've got one minimum number and then the number of free tracks that you're going to get. So that's going to be 10, okay? So they're going to get 10 tracks. Basically, they're paying for one, they're getting 9 free, getting 10 in total. Now, obviously, this is a bit extreme. I wouldn't necessarily do that, but you do have an option to do that, of course. I know some people are doing that currently. Excuse me. So once you've set that part up, you will then decide which licenses are going to be included within this bulk deal. So as you can see, you can select all active licenses. So that will be all of the licenses that you have set up within your account. You can, or you can pick which ones you want. So I generally, personally myself, I have them as premium, unlimited. I don't select a standard because that's kind of my lowest price, and premium plus stems. So they're kind of the three that I select. I don't necessarily have exclusive ownership set up. Personally myself, I don't want people getting an exclusive license for free because that's kind of 2 beats gone off of my beat store after just buying one. So again, that's entirely up to you. I mean, you can use this how you want. And you can definitely see the benefits of doing this, you know, having bulk deals kind of, you know, draws people in and wants people to, you know, interact with you and buy more of your content because they're getting some free stuff. It's kind of you're giving some value to your clients, right? So that's what's really cool about this feature. So we've done that, we've set it all up. So as you can see, it's giving you a sample of what it's going to show. It's going to be buy 1 track and get 9 free. So as you can see, if I change that now to 5, you can see that's changed to 5. So let's leave it as buy 1, get 5 free, because I think that's kind of, you know, a reasonable, even then, you know, it may be a little bit too much, but it's kind of a reasonable offer. And then you will click create, and that's you done. So now we have got a buy 1 track and get 5 free, which is kind of, you know, it's kind of really cool. And I don't believe there's no limit to how many of these you can set up. I would generally stick to maybe around about 3 or 4. I think that's plenty. I've seen people that have got like 10, and it's just way too many. But the option is there if you want to create those, obviously. But I would definitely stick with around about 3 to 4. But I'm going to delete that one for now. So you can delete these ones. You can delete your bulk discounts and start again if you wish to. Now let's go on to the coupon codes. Now the coupon codes, these cannot be deleted. And the main reason for that is because it could be related or linked to a recent sale. Or also on occasions as well, is that you may have sent, or a user, one of your clients, sorry, has got a few tracks in their cart, and then they've added a discount code, and they're going to make the decision to make the payment later on. Now they can go back into their account and access that cart again. As you know, when you add stuff into a cart, it never disappears unless you decide to take it out the cart yourself. So if you get rid of that discount code, you can imagine it's going to cause all sorts of problems. So yeah, make sure that, when you're making these coupon codes, that these are codes that you're going to be using for, for a long time, because you can't actually delete these. And the last thing you want is a ton of codes, as you can see, like I've got, because I've been doing a lot of testing, and sometimes, doing these live shows, I've created some discount codes and then I've no longer needed them. So what I might do in the future is have a test account and do it that way, so I'm not actually cluttering my my coupon codes. But I can go back and reuse these if I want to. So you can go back in and edit them if you wish, and you can also reactivate them. So what you can do, if you're not using a specific code, is you can just disable them. So basically you just disable and enable and reactivate. You can also go back in, I believe on the ones that you've set expiry dates on, I'm just going to double check this. you can go back in and select another date again, which is kind of cool. So if it runs out, you can go back and use it again. Yeah, it does get hectic, yeah. If you've got, so many going on. But what we will do is we will go in and create one. We just won't save it. So this is how you would create a new code. So basically you can type in the coupon code, so you can have whatever you like. So let's think about it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you guys a discount code for joining the Academy show, right? So I'm going to go Academy. I'm only joking about the discount code, by the way. I'm not going to really give you one. But Academy, and then I'm just going to go, I don't know. Let's go 20% Academy. Just going to say that. So obviously you can make these discount codes to whatever you want. You can name them whatever you want. It's kind of cool. So, if you've got a birthday coming up, you can go kind of, birthday discount or 10% off, birthday or whatever it is you want to write. Just put birthday, 20 birthday or whatever you want to do. Then this is where you're going to actually stick the percentage in that's, your client's going to get a discount. So you can go from anywhere between 1 and 90%. 90% is obviously kind of a lot. I generally stick between 20 and 50, just depends on, what kind of offers I've got going on at the moment, the time of year obviously as well. You can have these set up for holidays and stuff like that, Christmas, Easter and all those kind of things is really cool. It's kind of like having your own store, right? You can set up all these discount codes and stuff like that, and like I showed you earlier on the dashboard where you've got your recent sales, you can then go in down that list, email all of those people that's in your recent sales and give them these discount codes, which is really cool. So we're going to stick 20% in there. Now also you can choose a product type. So obviously you can have tracks, sound kits, I believe, let me just actually have a look. So you got tracks, sound kits and services. So you can offer, obviously you can offer services. So any new users that are in here, you do have the ability with a pro pay subscription, you can offer sound kits and services too. So services would be, something like mixing and mastering if it's something that you kind of delve into, some engineering, or things like I don't know, let's say you're very good with Photoshop, stuff like that, Adobe Photoshop, creating image artwork, stuff like that. You can use those. Levi, can a discount code be used only once, or are they active for whoever has access to it to use as many times as they want until it expires? Yeah, so Buffo, basically that's a really good question. Discount codes can be used multiple times, so they don't get they don't expire after it's been used once. I believe we was looking into that for the future. It's kind of a bit complicated to get that set up, but yeah, currently the discount codes either have an expiry date or they are set up to never expire. So that actual that particular client, if they've used it once, they can use it over and over and over again, which is cool obviously. But you can also disable them. So if you realize, oh, you know what, this discount code's getting used a lot recently, I don't really want to be giving that discount code anymore, you can kind of disable that, and that will then stop them from using that discount code. So yeah, you do have the option to disable it if you want to. So going back to this product type, so yeah, you got tracks, sound kits and services, which you can choose, which is good. So we'll just leave it as tracks for now. Again, like the bulk discounts, you can, that's cool, man, no worries, you're all good. That's what I'm here for, make sure you make use of me whilst I'm here. You see a friendly face that can answer your questions and get you moving forward. And any definitely make sure any questions that you've got, make sure you ask them, because that's what I'm here for, right? So you can apply this coupon to the following licenses only if you wish to. So you like I said, basically with the bulk discounts, you can have them set up for every single license you have within your account, or you can have the, select specific licenses again. So again, this is just personal choice. It's not something that you have to do, but I select it for premium, unlimited, and premium plus stems, I believe, and maybe I might have it set for standard as well. Just depends on what you want to give away. If you've got tracks up for $9.99 for a basic lease and you're giving someone a 20% discount, I'm not very good with maths. What's that? So they're getting what, £2 off or something like that? Yeah, so it's basically $1.99 or something like that, £2. I'm actually quite impressed. I managed to work that out briefly, So yes, again, you can set it up for exclusive ownership if you want to as well, for exclusive tracks, but it's not something I choose, but it does give you the option to do that. You can then set a expiration date, which is kind of good. You can set, especially, if you've got Christmas period, you can set it up so it's, maybe expires 5 days into the new year, or, you can set it up so it expires on Boxing Day. So you can basically say to people, right, this discount code is for Christmas Day, it's going to expire on Boxing Day, make sure you make use of it, get your discounts in now. Levi the mathematician. I appreciate that. I'm terrible with maths, man. I'm absolutely terrible. It wasn't my best subject in school, put it that way. And there's me teaching you guys right here now in the BeatStars Academy. So luckily we don't have to do much maths, which is kind of good. Kind of pleased about that. So yeah, you can set up an expiration date, or you can set it up as non-expiring, which just means it's never going to expire. Again, just make sure if you're setting these codes up, make sure these are codes that you're probably going to potentially be using, for a good time in the future. If you're setting up Christmas codes, for argument's sake, you can set up a Christmas code and then disable it every year, re-enable it every year, stuff like that. Just makes sense. So it just doesn't clutter up your account with all these discount codes, and it gets a little bit confusing with what's going on. So that's it. Then you would click create, and then that would create your coupon code for you. So I'm going to click cancel because I already have quite a few set up already. So I am going to, in fact, I've just got that one which switched off. So yeah, so I'm going to just leave that one on. That's it. I've only got one running at this present time. And that's it, basically. That is how you will set up your bulk discounts and coupon codes. Cool, man. Yeah, it's a very good idea. You can just have these already pre-made set up. You can definitely have these pre-made set up and raring to go. You've already disable them for Christmas and then re-enable them for the next Christmas and so on. Black Friday is another good one as well. Easter, kind of all these different holidays, and also, guys, remember, BeatStars is a worldwide company, right? It's a worldwide platform. So make sure you tune in to all of the national holidays worldwide. I'm sure there must be I'm sure if you search through Google, there must be some kind of website or something like that that will show you, kind of all the national holidays over, across the whole of the world. Don't necessarily just stick to your own country. Pick some different, because let's face it, you don't know where your clients are coming from. They could be from all over the world. So, yep, Hunaka. There's so many different, national holidays going on. Make sure you check those out. So you can create codes for those holidays too, and not just your local ones. Which is kind of cool. It's that come to my head. Ramadan's a good one too. That's over a month, right? So that's a 30-day discount code coupon code you can have running. So that is actually a really cool idea. You can have a Ramadan discount code, free discounts for everyone for any time of the year. So yeah, make sure you tune into all the national holidays across the whole of the world, and not just in your local areas or your locations. So anyway, with that being said, is there any questions? Has anyone got any questions before I kind of jump ahead and go and review a couple of pro pages. In fact, whilst we're doing that, for any new people, any new users that are in here, any new visitors, I'm going to just put in the chat, I'm going to actually have it scrolling across the screen, where you can submit your pro page. So, really cool. Thanks, Cloud9. That's a really good one. I'm going to make sure I copy and paste that myself. That's a really good one. So, thank you for doing that. So, yeah, so where was I? So, yes, so submitting your pro pages for review. You know, if you have a pro page and you want myself to review them, make sure you submit them. I'm going to give some really good advice, you know, just from experience and just kind of what I've seen in and out of the community, within the community, you know, people's pro pages, users pro pages and stuff like that. I'm going to give you some reviews on those, and, you know, give you some of my pointers and where I think you can maybe, you know, tweak them and make them a little bit better. So, anyone got any questions? Mark suggested having a code with your name in it to give out to people you meet, like Buffo30. Exactly, that's a really cool idea as well, Buffo. Yeah, Mike, that's a great suggestion from Mike. And what you could actually do too, which is really cool, is you can just actually have it on a business card, right? You can set up a business card, and then on the back of it, you could just have a discount code with your name, and then, you know, basically explaining, you know, maybe a brief description on how they can get this discount code. Just, you know, place this discount code in the cart prior to your purchase, something like that, you know, along those lines. That would be really cool. He wants business cards now. Yeah, so put it on a business card. I mean, how much does it cost to create a business card? I mean, you could probably do it for yourself at home, you know, and even then, you know, there's companies out there that do it for next to nothing. So have that on. There's all sorts of kind of things you can use that for, you know. Any events that you go to, just leave your business cards out, and you know, in these places. You go into these venues, even live events, you know. Some of these live events, you know, even if you're going to watch, I don't know, say you're going to watch Drake or someone at a concert, take your business cards with you, hand them out to everyone. You never know who's in the audience, right? Give them a discount code, you know. You never know. I mean, if you're offering services and sound kits and stuff like that, people can use it for anything. So it's really cool. So maybe even put it on your, exactly, man. Put it on your t-shirt. You can have it anywhere you like. Have it on your hat. You can even, if you want to go that far, you can even kind of get a Sharpie and kind of, you know, write it. Maybe going a little bit too far, but you could, you know, kind of write it on your head if you really wanted to. Or even have it tattooed on your arm. So that would be, you know, that's probably going a bit too far, but you know, there's these cool ideas out there that you can do to do that. So let's jump into some pro pages, because we've got about 15 minutes left before Dame joins us with the Music Entrepreneur Club. So make sure you stick around for that show at the end. And also, just to reiterate with his shows, you can go back and watch them again. So you can go onto our Twitch channel, or you can go onto our YouTube channel, and you can go back and watch these shows again. If there's any kind, you know, some really helpful information that I've gave here today. Yeah, I'm just going to put that in the chat in a second, JB. I'm just going to put that, I'm going to put it up in the, let's do that now. I'm going to put it across there. So there you go, that's the site you can go to. Let me just actually grab it and I'll put it in the chat as well. Here we go. Let me just get it into the chat. There we go. That's good to hear, man. I appreciate that, Habib, Jamil. Yeah, make sure you definitely go back. So that is the link to go and submit your pro pages if you want me to review them for you. It's a really cool thing. We see some amazing pro pages each week. So even if you're not submitting them and you're, you know, you're looking to improve some of your pro pages, you can also, you know, check these shows out and see some of the kind of things that I'm saying for you guys to kind of improve them, you know, and make them stand out a little bit. So without further ado, let's jump in and get one. So I'm going to go through two. So first up, we've got Marshall. So let's grab that one. Excuse me. No, we're not going to do that one because that is his main page. So when you're submitting your pro pages, make sure you are actually submitting your pro page. For some reason, that is not a pro page. So we're going to have to skip on that one. So this one is actually the zone. So I believe the zone is actually in the chat. So make yourself known. So, oh, okay. So this is the zone. I think that's kind of how you pronounce it. So firstly, yeah, I really like it. I'm really liking the color structure. You know, you've got it all well set up. You know, you've got your grays and your reds and stuff like that, which is really, really good. You have your featured track there, which is great. That's a Beat Banter one. Wow, that's cool. I'm going to check that out later. Really liking this logo here and this setup up here. It's really good. Yeah, you got some. Yeah, you got all your stuff. Let me just go to this page because this one always interests me. Yeah, that's really good. This is something that you guys should definitely, you know, make sure you're doing. Is to have your about section. This this member here has got a lot of information in here about, you know, what he's about, what they're about. Sorry. This is something that I definitely suggest doing when I'm looking for new producers, or just in general, just scrolling through producers' pages and stuff, pro pages. You know, one of the first things I like to go to is their about page. I just want to find a bit more out about them, you know, before I kind of, you know, maybe reach out to them. So yeah, this is great, really, really good. And you have your discoveries tracks there as well, which is always good to see. Some of the stuff, got quite a good few in there, so I might take a listen to them later when I jump off today. Yep, so you have your BPMs, which is something that we always say every week. You know, make sure you have your BPMs set up within your account. Most of you already probably know by now why that's so important, but basically, you know, a lot of artists that visit pro pages and just visit, you know, the BeatStars platform in general are searching via BPM. So if you haven't got your BPMs set up, you know, they're not going to find the tracks that are within that BPM, especially, you know, if it's one of yours. You have your free download set up. Let's go back. Free download set, which is good. Yep, you have, this is always something I really like to see, which is your Facebook Messenger setup, which is really good. Thanks for stopping by, yo. I appreciate it. That's cool. I like that. I actually personally use that myself to, you know, offer them a discount code. I kind of put in there, you know, if you get time, maybe visit my pro page and you can see what I put in there. But I generally put in there, feel free to hit me up if you want a discount code, or if you're looking to get 20% off, hit me up. And then that kind of starts the conversation with people, which is really, really good. Just so, you know, saves having just like, you know, if you have any questions, please ask, you know, but having something in there like that, again, it's another way to promote your discount code. It's all this marketing stuff. So that's good. In fact, I've been doing that recently and it's been working really well. So you got your licenses set up, which is great. Yep. You have all that information. This is something we went over a couple of weeks ago when we were setting up licenses. You've got to buy one, get one free. I would maybe suggest having a couple more, maybe just, you know, giving a few more bulk deal offers, maybe up to 2 or 3, 3 or 4, like I said earlier. You've got, you know, you're offering exclusive. I see that you are, you know, that's your exclusive price. Personally, myself, I have it set up for make an offer only, but again, it's entirely up to you. You got some memberships going. This is something I don't see often, which is good. Albums, make sure everyone that's tuning in to utilize that albums section. That's really good. We went over that last week, so you know, make sure you go back and watch that video, because that's a really cool BeatStars Academy show that shows you how to set up albums and kind of gives you some good insight to why it's good to use those. And you have your YouTube set up there as well, which is really good. And you have a blog, contact form. Great, it's really good. I'm really liking this zone. It's really good. You have everything that you need on there. Something that I have on my page, which is the pop-up for your subscription form. You know, it's something that I like to use. It's something that really works for me. Try it, you know, it's worth a try having a pop-up. I believe at the moment you might have it. So that's your contact forms. You haven't got your subscription form set up at the moment. So you can do that within your pro page setup. So this is if you have MailChimp or Aweber integrations, which is something I definitely suggest doing. I think maybe in one of these shows we'll go through, you know, I think MEC, the Music Entrepreneur Club, is going to go through you know, email marketing at one point. So you know, maybe they can touch on that, you know, having it pop up on your pro page and stuff like that, which is really cool. It works for me. Again, I use it to, you know, promote the discount code and just, you know, basically, actually no, I think what I do, I've got mine set up to say sign up for 5 free beats or something like that. And I have my MailChimp set up so when they click sign up, they automatically get the 5 free beats. So I haven't really got to do anything. All I've got to do is promote my pro page. They turn up, they put the they subscribe, and they get their 5 free beats, you know, and you get their email, which is really cool. I subbed on YouTube. My YouTube is mostly silly videos and skydiving. I'd have to do a complete overhaul to make it. Listen, Agent Lead, it doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, if it's showing a bit of your personality, you know, and even if it is silly stuff, exactly, producer funnel mixtape beat king, you can use it for that process. Yeah, so that's a good way to use that pop-up page. So I like how I can put, yeah, so that's your discovery page. Yeah, so yeah, going back to you, agent lead, you know, it doesn't really matter, you know, if you're doing some silly stuff on, doesn't necessarily have to be related to, you know, having beats loaded, you know, if it's entertaining and people like it, and it's kind of gets people to see a bit more of the different side of you, then why not, you know? I don't think anyone's actually tried that before. It's worth a try, you know. You never know. You never know. You never know. You could even have it set up. You know, you could even have your videos set up, you know, silly ones, but you could, you know, still leave your links to your beats in the description. You know, you could have something there that, you know, relates to beat, you know, your beats and your beat store. So yeah, definitely, you know, try that. So we've got about 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna quickly review another one. So let's grab another one. Spent probably a bit too much time on that one, but I had a lot to say there. So this one is Let's Go Haze. So if you're in the chat, Let's Go Haze, make yourself known. So this is the pop-up that was suggested earlier. So as you can see, it's got sign up for 3 beats. On my page, I have it saying sign up for 5 free beats. And then they basically put their name in, email address, check the box, subscribe now. Then MailChimp or Aweber will automatically send them a link to get their beats, basically. Simple as that. You're welcome, man. Very welcome. So again, this is another really good one. I'm really liking the text format. You got some like record thing going on in the background there. Got a really cool logo. This is a little bit difficult to read, so I'd maybe think about maybe changing the font there. But other than that, it's not, you know, it looks kind of good. It's kind of small, but it looks, I like the font, so that's really good. You have your featured track. See, that's kind of, yep. I'm really liking this font. It's kind of really cool. Got your BPM set up, your tags, a couple of free downloads you've got offering now, which is good. You haven't got your messenger set up, but I would definitely look into that for sure. Have your licenses, which is good. You give it, you know, some good description there. Again, I'm really liking this colouring, and it's looking really professional. That font really stands out for me. It's probably my favourite part about this pro page personally. It kind of looks fun, you know. And that's it. You haven't really got anything else going on here, so I would maybe suggest thinking about having a couple of other, you know, things going on, some services if you've got those. I see you have some sound kits. Take note, people, by the way, as well. I've just noticed these are all free. So if you want some free, anyone that's in the chat wants some free sound kits, there you go. So make sure you head to Let's Go Hayes. Pro page is offering a lot of free sound kits here. Also offering some services as well, which is kind of cool. I mean, obviously you can get to them from your menu section, but I would maybe think about enabling them to show up on your page. So it just kind of looks like there's a bit more on your page, you know. Definitely. Let's go into your bio as well. That's cool. Really liking that too. Credits. Got some credits there. Fred the Godson, Jada Kiss, and a whole lot more. There you go. Got some good credits there. So that suggests that their sound kits are going to be fairly good if they've had, you know, some credits, good credits. A photo gallery, which is kind of good. Not everyone uses that. I believe I have one photo, and the discovery section is empty. So if you're in the chat, Let's Go Hayes, and you've had some, you know, tracks released with these artists, I would definitely suggest, you know, having them in your discovery section for sure. But yeah, overall that was really good. Let's go back. We're about to finish up for today's show. Let's go back here and make sure we're back on the right screen. So I just want to thank everyone that's joined in today. Hopefully you've picked up some good tips and tricks, and hopefully you've learned something and you can take this away and, you know, put this into your beat stores or your businesses and stuff like that, your entrepreneurship. Thanks, Buff. I really appreciate you, everyone. Again, I appreciate everyone joining in. And make sure you tune in again next week. Obviously, the day and times change, so we're now going to be on a Wednesday. So Wednesday at 3 p.m. EST. So we're going to be an hour later, but we're trying. I believe we're doing that just so we can catch some more people. And also as well, I was kind of thinking as well, you know, do you want to be doing all this learning on a Monday after the weekend? You know, maybe midweek is going to suit people better, you know, just to get their notepads and pens ready and stuff like that. It gives you a bit more time. So make sure you go and submit your pro pages as well for me to review each week. So yeah, going forward, these shows are going to be on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. EST. And it's just myself, LeviiBeats. Make sure you stick around for the next show with Dame and the Music Entrepreneur Club. This is the first time they're going live with this show through thanks, Buff, I appreciate that. This is the first show, so this is going to be historic, by the way, so make sure you tune in, make sure you stick around and tune in, because this is going to be a historic moment. So Music Entrepreneur Club has obviously joined teams with BeatStars, and this is their first live show coming up straight after. So on that note, I'm going to head out so they can join in. Thanks again for joining in. Make sure you join in next week. Peace.